and Steven have been working tirelessly through the nights for like weeks doing this. I've definitely been working really hard.
Yeah, probably more than anyone.
More than anyone. This definitely isn't the first time I've seen this car in a while. They've been freaking grinding to get Ranch Tang, which you guys haven't seen Ranch Tang in a long time. Welcome back, Ranch Tang. This is Ranch Tang version 3.0. First time, we just put a stock 6.0 Power Stroke in it. Version 2, we put, what, just big turbo, right? And a tune?
Yeah,
The first one was a stock tune on it.
Yeah,
right?
the first one was stock turbo, stock engine,
Maxed out.
And
I was shifting with a little cable, like,
yep.
it was real rudimentary. But then we got bigger turbo. What happened the second time?
We put a
suspension.
Warren Diesel short block in it.
Yeah,
So it's
right.
still kind of a stock bottom end.
And then we upgraded suspension too, because the first time it was just bouncing. It was stock 65
steering.
Mustang, old saggy springs.
We put,
Power steering, yeah.
the first time was no steering.
we put a set of like 200, I think they're 200, 100 injectors in it the second time. A stage 2 cam. They balance the bottom end. It's got coated and fly cut and D-lip pistons. And then we reuse the factory heads, which are spiderweb cracked beyond
the heads are, they
belief.
see better days.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's perfect for a burnout car. We put like a O-Dog style, well, it's a Smedding copy of an O-Dog's intake on it and a 369 single turbo, and then we maxed it out again. Same radiator and intercooler as the first time, which was not adequate enough, and it survived. Scarred one cylinder, which we proceeded to ball hone. Don't do that, but we did. And then this last time, we ripped every single thing of that off.
Well, the problem with that was, how big was that turbo?
A 69 millimeter,
So
single.
It took it forever to spool. And so like if I ever let off during the burnout, like if I wanted to, slow it down, it took forever to get back on the power. So it was like, and you just see black smoke coming and then, it rips up. So now we went to compound turbos so that we can spool faster and get to the power faster.
Now, instead of a 69 millimeter, it's a 62 millimeter and a 75 millimeter. And so the thought here is that with compounds is you're able to move a ton of air, basically the same amount of air that this 75 will move on the higher end, and spool really quick on the bottom end. So you have this turbo spools up really quickly, this one comes on kind of after the fact, and they compound together. So this one ends up blowing into this one, and the two turbos work together to make probably somewhere around 50 to 60 pounds of boost total, but considerably denser air because we have much cooler air now that we have a interstage intercooling.
Explain what interstage intercooler is.
Basically, instead of having one intercooler,
Which before, sorry to interrupt you again, before we had one that was like this
For a
big.
Mazda Miata.
It was like the tiniest little intercooler ever, just enough to like have a little bit of cooling, and it was not air to water. It was just
air to air.
Air to air.
And tiny.
And in a burnout, you're not going very fast, so there's no air flowing this way. So it really wasn't doing hardly anything.
No, and for the guys who have watched us and said, y'all are dumb, we knew we were dumb, but we were working off sponsored parts.
We know.
We're working off sponsored parts as much as we can. So the guys at Bell came in, we asked him, talked to Mike, they're fairly local to us. These guys built the same type of setup on a truck called Old Smoky that did Pikes Peak, and it's a Cummins power truck, over 1,000 horsepower. So Mike came in and he said, hey, let me help you guys out. I want to do what's called interstage intercooling. So the big turbo draws air from the atmosphere. It's called your low pressure atmosphere turbo. The engine is actually sucking air through all of this plumbing. This pulls in air, compresses it, drives it through the first stage of intercooling where it gets dense again because it's got ice cold water running across the cores. That air runs into the front side of this turbo. This is called your high pressure turbo. It gets compounded because this turbo is making boost as well. Now that compounded air runs through this second stage of intercooling, gets dense again, and then it comes back out into the engine finally. So you have two stages where the air density is being drawn back down so that the air isn't extremely hot. The colder the air is, the more oxygen molecules you can fit in it, and the lower exhaust gas temperature the engine's gonna run because you have cooler, denser air running through the cylinders.
And every time you run through a turbo, this is the hot side, so exhaust is going through there, that heats it up, but also just compressing air heats it up. So every time you go through a turbo, you are heating up your air really hot. And so this thing tries to get it back to not really hot.
So that thing has its own submersible pump. There is a 15-gallon tank, again from Bell Intercooler. If you can't tell the gratitude from Bell Intercooler, then I don't know what else to say, because these guys are incredible and awesome, and they're engineers. That stuff is great. 15-gallon tank, submersible pump. This thing has got water in it, and we're gonna fill it with ice right before Matt goes in there so that it is the coldest you can possibly get. You turn the key on, that pump starts moving water across those intercoolers up front, so it has ice cold water literally running through it to keep the air really, really cool, and it circulates constantly through the intercoolers and back into the sump so that you continually keep the temperature as low as humanly possible. So that's your intercooler stuff. We have the factory water pump running off the engine. It runs through a series of 1.5-inch pipe that we've got insulated running underneath this box and then back through this rear bulkhead. It comes into this Mazier pump, and actually I think it actually goes the other way. The Mazier pump pushes up to the engine, out of the engine and back into the top of this, and then 4 really big Spall fans in a really nice shroud.
Which that was another reason why we didn't have a big intercooler in the front, is because we had a radiator in the front before. And let me just say, it was my idea to put a radiator back here. I've been actually wanting to, we've had these trucks with beds, like I had the El Camino and the Ranch Tank, and I'm like, we have all this space. Let's put a giant radiator in the back, because we overheat in every single burnout competition. Every one I end with no water. Like there's always at the end, water shoots out all over the glass windshield, and I'm like, well, we don't have any water in our radiator anymore. So I was like, let's put a giant one somewhere, and this is better than I thought. Yeah, 4 huge fans.
It looks so killer. It's like Mad Max, dude.
Yeah, this is
Ultra
the,
4.
This is the intercooler for an 05 F350 pickup. Like
that's their version of it.
Yeah, this would bolt into a full size
It looks
truck.
like, yeah, it looks like an Ultra 4 or a trophy truck. It's huge.
Yeah.
Which is what we need. And we don't rely on the airflow from driving. We have all the airflow we need from these fans.
Yes.
Assuming they don't go out.
Super nice, tight shroud to it, so it should pull a really good vacuum on it. They move about 2,000 CFM a piece, so we should have no problem with cooling. We also moved the transmission cooler into the radiator as well, since we had so much additional cooling. I mean, that radiator is like 50% larger than what we had the first time too. So we were able to consolidate a few things into it because it should be extremely efficient.
We also have an oil cooler up there now where our other intercooler used to be.
Yep.
Trying to cool everything so that we don't break everything. That's our biggest problem in these burnout competition, is just overheating everything. Because you're just maxed out the whole time with minimal airflow.
Also, the last time it burned up the transmission.
Yeah, I was fixing to say.
We reached out to Randy's Transmission and they hooked us up. It's literally the baddest 5R110 that you can buy.
I think it's like 1,000 horsepower rated.
Rated at 900 or 1,000 horse. It shifts very firm. It's all there.
It's not slipping.
No, I'm not gonna say anything other than we are really excited and it's all gonna go really, really good.
We tried to overkill everything.
We did.
He has 2 batteries because we have so many things drawing power that he was worried it would like die in the middle, because we have all these fans, all these pumps everywhere, pumps everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything's sucking power.
This is almost a hybrid because of the amount of electrics that it has, you know? Like we need a hybrid sticker or something.
Hopefully no issues with anything. We're gonna wire an override switch to the fans right now. Just to make them go full tilt.
I got a fun game for y'all. If something was gonna break, what's it gonna be? Let's put your bets down now, because we know something's gonna break. I'm probably just gonna not have brakes, and I'm just gonna come flying in and just slam into a wall right out the gate.
I hope that doesn't happen so bad.
Crush everything in the front. We'll be like, oh, we forgot to bleed the brakes. Dang it.
I've been wondering if the oil cooler out front is gonna be okay. I feel like maybe the oil temperature is gonna be in the 250, 280, 300 range maybe. But
It ain't gonna break though.
I don't think it's gonna break.
The tires are what's gonna break first, okay? That's
Hopefully.
what I'm going with.
That's what I'm going for.
I'm all in on tires.
The alternator might cook, because we figured somewhere around 180 amps of draw and it's a 140 amp alternator, so hopefully just the alternator breaks. That would be great.
I'm just glad you guys covered up that ugly Holden Bros sticker in the window with this thing.
Yeah.
You
know, we went ahead and put one on the windshield.
Yeah.
Wait, did they really?
Yeah. We went ahead and, you know.
Shoot. Can we put a radiator here? They're gonna finish up a few things and we're taking her home. All of my hard work. About to see if it was for something.
Yeah, we're so thankful for your hard work.
Man, this is a mean machine. It's like a freaking science project. Let her just get up to temperature so we can do a little check, make sure everything looks good, and then we'll load her up. She's going home so I can destroy it. We are at Bunker Branding now. We brought that beautiful beast. And we got our awesome new trailer, which we've been working on. We got a lot to show you on that. And we got to get all this stuff loaded in the trailer so we can get ready, head to Indy. We got to get this stuff in first before the car.
I've been following you from Canada for a long time.
Oh, sweet. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and it's his birthday today.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Hey, sir. How are you?
This is my dad, Richard. I'm Richard Jr.
Nice to meet you.
I'm his wife, Vanessa.
Excellent. Well, cool. Yeah, where y'all from?
London,
Ontario.
Ontario. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you get to see this beauty.
Oh, yeah.
We're
What's
just-
the motor?
Huh?
What motor is
It's a
it?
6.0 Power Stroke.
Thank you
Cool.
so much.
Thank
I
you guys.
appreciate
Nice
it.
meeting y'all. Not only is this trailer about 3 feet longer on the box part of it than it used to be, we got all this gooseneck part, which perfectly fits a hat box up there, which I knew exactly when I was buying this. I was like, that's the hat box size gooseneck thing. We're gonna pack this thing totally full with boxes. Then we're gonna start stacking all of our bins right here, I think. And we should have way more room than we used to. We used to not be able to get a car and all our stuff in here, but now I think we can. We get to save money by not having to ship the car, and we have it with us. We don't have to like try to coordinate everything. It's gonna be so good. Also, we have 2 new classes coming up out at the Desperado shooting range. They're pistol classes, May 19th and June 7th. If you wanna get better at your tactical pistol stuff, we got you. Come see us about it. Link in the description below. You want to see something cool? You can mess with Mikey right now. He can't do anything.
What?
We've got AC power in here. There's a plug that goes outside and goes to this little breaker box, which powers all of these plugs. We also have lights hooked up now. And come check out what we did. Come look, it's really, really cool. In here,
Oh yeah, you can.
can you see it? Yeah. We put a generator in here. So we have this generator. We built a little mount for it, ratchet strapped it in. And then we have the exhaust. We made a little exhaust pipe that vents it out to right here. So it's blowing the exhaust out of there. And then we have a generator running in here, which will power everything. We even bought a little air conditioner unit. It's just like a portable AC that'll sit in there. So we can have, you know, AC, have a little office space in there. It's gonna be awesome. We just made us a little mobile fort. No big deal.
No girls allowed.
That sure is an odd place to park a ranch Tang, right? Well, that is because I can't drive it. It'll drive, it just won't go in reverse for some reason. I got off the trailer, everything's fine. Start backing it up, and I'm backing it in here. Just gonna get it in here, and it stopped right here. It hit this area right there with the transmission. Everything is made for a truck. We put it in a car, so it's super low. I thought I'd clear it, and then the reverse doesn't work anymore. So now I'm gonna push it backwards, drive it forward, and get in here and try to get on this lift and see if we mess like up a solenoid or something. It was a light tap, just backing up, bonk. Oh, whoops. Drive forward, then it won't go in reverse anymore. Cool! It needs to leave in like a day. What do you think? I wish I wouldn't have pushed it right over the edge there.
You got it.
Keep going. Oh, spinner. You know what's fun? Turning a car with a lock differential that weighs way more than it used to. Yeah, you're good. Jesus Christ.
You were like,
You were still
it was
too
so
close.
Thing's low. Just need to put some monster truck tires on it, I guess. We really do need some like springs that bring it up a little bit, probably. Man, I'm really lucky we didn't bust a hole in that. Steven said, must have smashed the pan into the solenoid pack inside the trans. Dang it! I just was backing into the garage, didn't think it'd be a big deal, and I smashed that. I mean, it's obvious where it used to be. I wasn't going fast. The problem is this car's just so heavy that took all the force right there.
Why would they design it like that?
What was Ford thinking when they designed this? Here's what it looks like without the pan on it. There's the front of the transmission up there. That's the solenoids that I just went kunk and just you know, shoved a curb into.
I stand by it. That's a dumb design.
Why would they not make that pan out of titanium or something? Is it made out of paper mache? I stole that joke from David. He said that a second ago. I am just bummed. I don't know if this is a big job or not, so I just texted them and said, well, should I start trying to take this pan off, or is it like a, nah, we're not gonna have reverse in time. I don't know how hard these parts are to get. I've never messed with one of these transmissions or these solenoids or anything. He also said, hope you didn't damage the valve body. Still got drive, which is all you need in a burnout competition. Like if you have to hit reverse, you're not gonna win it. So it's better to just not even have it, you know?
Yeah. And
Like,
there really is a silver lining to all this, or
is there?
a Dorado lining.
El Dorado. What's the El Dorado lining?
You have the backup car.
Oh yeah, you think so? Have you looked in the engine?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, that could be.
We did a little lightweight modification. She's much lighter now. We did the same modification to
more
Chromino.
engine?
There's no engine in either one of these cars. We're doing a little swappy swap. Okay, we're gonna pull the pan and see what we can see in here and hope it's just the solenoid and not the valve body, because I don't know what a valve body is, which means I definitely can't fix it in time. But a solenoid, I know what that is. Don't know if I can fix it in time, but we're gonna do our best. Worst case, we'll just have drive gears. Did you know that right behind this area is a solenoid and valve body? That if you hit it with, say, a curb when you're backing into a garage, it takes out reverse. Who knew? Now we know. We're gonna pull the pan and see if we just messed up a solenoid or if also we crushed a valve body in there. That could have been any, I think that was like that.
Should have known.
I had it off a trailer for 2 minutes when I did that. Jenna was like, did you do something dumb? I was like, no, I was backing into the garage.
So we need 2 new solenoids.
So is this broken?
Yeah, it broke off the end and it slides in and gets stuck in. And then the solenoid actuates a little valve in there, magnetic valve that just changes the fluid passage.
Gotcha. So we
So-
broke both solenoids.
Yeah, we just need 2 solenoids.
I think we're fixable. Jenna! David,
Dad.
come check out what we got in store for you. It's pretty awesome.
Is that generator running?
Oh, is that a generator in our trailer with flames on it? I think it is. Why would we have a generator right now? Well, step into this door that's closed up in complete Texas sunlight. Letting all the cold air out.
Oh.
It's just Mikey. Oh, you turned? Oh, no, it's still on.
oh my gosh, we're gonna be so comfortable.
All right.
Oh, it's like blowing my hair.
Oh,
Like,
man. We can't even plug the lights in because we put all this stuff here. Well, we have lights too. We just got to plug them in up there.
oh,
Gosh.
it's a whole vibe. It's like a nice backyard.
Dude, and once we get that side plugged in, it's a vibe in here.
I love it.
It's kind of got like high school band van vibes.
I mean, this is better than anything I've done.
Mikey, you scared me. That legitimately made me jump.
Anyway, this might not look like much, but it is much better than last time.
Big much.
This is big much. Look at all that big much.
It's a lot of big
Get
much.
your hand full of that big much. We figured out why the lights weren't coming on. We didn't hit the light switch. Cool.
Oh my gosh, it's so glorious.
You feel like you're in the mountains in Colorado?
I don't feel like I'm in a car hauler trailer.
Car hauler in Texas.
Summer heat.
Full of merch. Now all we have to do is fix the ranch thing and we're ready to go. Just got our update from the doctor. It's fixable, but price-wise, it's not good. It's gonna be $500 to fix my little backing up mistake on this thing. Thankfully though, this episode is sponsored by Heatwave. We got the Heatwave new drop. First up, their blue collection. They got blue frames, blue lenses, blue arms, looking great. Next, I think I like this one a little more subtle. It's all matte black frames, black lenses, and then on the side, the arms are red with a little bit of gray. It's not focused, but you can see it. This one's me right here. Or if I'm feeling a little wilder, did you shoot that? If you need protection from your friends, they got the bigger frames one. Use code DEMOMAT10 for 10% off your Heatwave order. Thanks, Heatwave. That went into the wall. Whoops.
We don't have a ladder anymore.
That's the only bullet we had.
Yeah, I didn't have a ladder. All of our ladders are at the resort.
No, there aren't any ladders. They're all at the resort.
You gotta climb the metal. You can do it.
Climb it. So it's gonna come out thick.
Oh, it matches perfectly.
Good as new.
Nailed it. Dunk it.
Oh my god!
This is not a firearm. I guess a fan just sent this to us. It showed up at the bunker and it said, Matt, try out a sample. And he sent this, Isaiah Arms, just compressed air, and it launches this.
I probably deserved it.
Anyway, thanks. I can't wait till this runs out of air so Mikey and David stop shooting it at everything. Bang! This is a card from a fan overseas. His name is Richard van der Waal from the Netherlands. He sent a Friesland?
Frisian?
Friesland
Frieslandian.
flag. It's a province. Providence? Prudence.
It's a state.
Prudential.
It's a state in the Netherlands.
Hope to see it in a video. Wish I could. Not only does he not speak perfect English, he has handwriting that is as bad as mine. So it's something about shoot some pew-pews and I love you. We're gonna hang it up.
It doesn't want to be there. Put it higher so I can get in.
Just duck.
Okay. Now, this is our single cab F-250 because we're actually gonna tow the trailer with my F-350, so Mikey was getting it all hooked up. But this F-250 has actually become one of our favorite trucks. Like, it's really a beast. It's got the 6.7 Power Stroke, and it's just a single cab, so the wheelbase is a little smaller, so it's just way easier to get around. Plus, it's a single rear wheel and not a dually like the F-350. It's just easy to get around town. But anyway, I gotta get around town right now. We have some errands to run to pick up a few essentials. Okay, essential number 1. Wait. Oh, nice. Yeah, they snap back here. Okay. You need extra tires when you go to a burnout competition, ideally, because you ideally destroy your tires. So we got 2 extra tires that we can roll on after I destroy the ones that are currently on the car. Essential number 2. Oh, yes, cowboy hat. This is what I needed. So I always have a cowboy hat at these events because it's usually sunny the whole time and I'll get cooked if I'm outside like that all day. But I also have these kind of hats. I like these like wide brim. They're kind of in between a sombrero and a cowboy hat, which is kind of the Texas style. And I actually just got this one shaped. It's my first hat that I ever actually had shaped. So it was all custom. It had a big round top to start and this brim was all flat. And I told him I wanted it to look like this, kind of down in the front a little bit. And then he told me I could put the eyelets wherever I wanted. And I was like, well, I hate when they're all down here because that's where my head is. And so they don't actually breathe because my head is blocking the hole. But if they're up here, then it would like breathe because the top of it is not actually touching your head. So anyway, custom cowboy hat, put a custom lanyard on it. Luckily, I didn't actually have to go into the store. I just snap and they pop here. I was just making up all that stuff about it, getting it customized because I just snapped. Okay, that got the cowboy hat. We got the tires, we got the hat. That's 2 out of 3 essentials. So now for essential number 3. Whoa! For the boys and the girls. Literally everyone loves Fireball, so we always get a big bottle of that just for fun. These events are super fun. The part that you see at Cletus and cars, like with all the cars doing everything, the burnouts and the racing and all that, it's a blast, but it's also a really fun work trip. So we just take everybody and we rent an Airbnb and we just hang out and have fun for like a whole weekend. It's kind of like a little vacation for us. While we still can technically say we're working, you know, meeting people, we're making videos, we're selling merchandise, we're working, but it doesn't feel like work. It's like just a really fun vacation for us, especially if we bring some Fireball. Moment of truth. Do we have reverse? That's sort of fast. Okay. Yay! We have reverse! We're back in business. We were just thinking That's a nice trailer out there. Beautiful paint job. It's got flames, but we were thinking what might be cooler is not a 20-year-old paint job. What if we sticker bombed our own trailer? Think about it. Everyone who's going to Cletus and Cars Indianapolis brings some stickers, and we have like an allotted set time, you know, like from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock on Friday, you can sticker the trailer, and everybody just goes in there and just boom, put stickers everywhere. If you're going to Cletus and Cars this weekend, bring stickers, whether they're your company, whether there's some random stickers you found, My Little Pony, we don't care. Let's cover that trailer in stickers. Just like all lifted Power Strokes, we're trying to put a lift kit on this thing. Little spacer that goes in between the springs, because these springs are pretty much bottomed out once we set all the weight back down. We're trying to shove just a little rubber spacer in there. Basically just looks like this, little collar. Goes around and doesn't allow that section of spring to compress all the way down. Just hoping we can get just an inch more clearance. That sure would be nice. We also got these kind, but I don't think they're gonna fit because it's so freaking tight in there. We're gonna do what we can to get the front end off the ground. Is it in?
Yep. Yeah, definitely in. I'm soapy. I'm sweaty.
Sweaty. We got the collars in both front springs. So now, as you can see, got a little collar in there, so that part of the spring will not compress. We'll drop it down, see what it looks like. These things were like, the fender probably came down to like here. It was like 2 inches, 2 inches sunken into the fender here. Still low. But not as low. Yeah, I think that's even with the fender right now. Which means, yeah, I think we got 1.5 inches of clearance extra. That's great. That was way more sunken before. Okay, so now the test will be, can we roll it out this without using boards? We use 2x4s to drive it up in here. Can we get it out without them now because of a little extra clearance? Or will we smash our transmission again? And just like that, we've got a 1965 Ford Ranch Tang parked in our trailer. We have the front wheels a little bit ahead of our wheels here. They're like about where that plug is on the wall. So that's where most of that weight is coming down from the car, which is a good spot. And then we have some other stuff we're gonna pile behind the car now. So it should balance it out really well. And you want a little bit of weight forward anyway. But I mean, the gooseneck's gonna handle everything. The dually, we got the front loaded down with merch. I think we're freaking solid. And it fits so good. Like so much room. We got room down the sides we can put stuff. These are all the weights for those like poles that have the little line, the lanes for people to stand in line and stuff. So we got those all back here. They're weighted, kind of spreading out a little bit of the weight, but I think we're good. It's time for Cletus and Cars Indianapolis. We are gonna finish getting loaded up here, get everything strapped down, and this thing will be on its way to Indy. If you are anywhere around Indy, within 6 miles to 600 miles, you should come out and visit and see us run this thing. It is the craziest package the Ranch Tang has ever been in for a Cletus and Cars. We're gonna knock the tires off for sure. Hopefully we don't knock the oil pan and transmission pan off. That's what we don't want to do. We already know though, next upgrade is going to be a little lift in the front. We want to put some airbags or something up there to really get it up to the right height so we're not just scraping the ground and everything. But come see us this weekend at Cletus and Cars Indianapolis 2024. Thanks for watching. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on fire! Oh.
Hey, what camera is that? Number...
Shut up! Don't tell Mare.